Today is Wednesday, November 12th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. And it's been pretty rough in the Midwest with the cold, the wind, and snow. We've had snow in Chicago, throughout the state of Michigan, all around the Great Lakes, courtesy, of course, of the Great Lakes. Lake effect snow happens when you get colder air blowing across the warmer lakes. And this time of the year, the lakes are still in the process of cooling down. So compared to the air that's coming across them, they are relatively warmer. That sort of basically is like steam rising up and then the wind blowing that steam downwind in the form of clouds and snow. So lake effect snow been pretty persistent across the Great Lakes. It's been cold all the way down to the deep south, but we now are in the process of recovering from that. 40s today in Grand Rapids and Detroit, same for you in Cleveland, so that's better than the 30s we had over the last couple of days. 50 in Chicago is a massive improvement, and 50s for Minneapolis and Des Moines. We're in the 50s where we were 30s and 40s even just a few days ago. Cincy and Louisville, mid 60s for Nashville and Memphis, as well as you over there in St. Louis. And well, the trend continues here, temperatures rising to 50 by the end of the week and into the 50s for the upcoming weekend. Here comes another cold front to knock those temperatures back down early next week. In Chicago, expect temperatures to rise into the 50s and maybe even into the 60s on Saturday. That all depends on how far that warm front lifts, but certainly a possibility to be in the 60s Saturday and then come back down early next week. In the southeast, it's still very cool for this time of the year. We're looking at highs in the 60s, but there were many spots that saw highs in the 40s and 50s even just yesterday. So that's a recovery for sure. 75 in New Orleans is better than 60. We're recovering there as well. 78 in Dallas, and we're back into the 70s down the Florida Peninsula. In the southeast, it stays cool through at least Friday. A warm front's going to lift through over the weekend. Should be a beautiful weekend in the southeast with lots of sunshine and 70s for highs for a lot of us. There's an early chill in the air this morning in Fort Lauderdale. Not just the temperature, but still some gusty winds. It won't be as cool this afternoon, but again, with the wind, that 74 won't quite feel like 74, and it stays breezy right into this evening. We got a recovery for Florida as well. Over the next several days, temperatures climbing back up near 80 and then back into the 80s, certainly by the end of the weekend. All right, that is your Wednesday morning weather update. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the week. Remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.